I'm going to show you why the solo agency model is easier and will make you more money than any other business out there. I'm also going to show you the 6 different ways to structure and run your solo agency to complement your skills and help you hit your financial goals. So the purpose of this video was to announce our brand new program, the Solo Agency Blueprint. This is basically your dream agency wrapped up into 6 modules that will give you everything you need start to finish. Now, if you pre-order this, you get it for 60% off, but more on that later. Let's talk about your agency. So the first question we have to answer is, what even is a solo agency? And how is it different from a solo freelancer or a traditional agency? So what makes a solo agency is there is only one full-time paid salary employee, and that's you. And then everything else in the business gets run, outsourced, or managed to part-time contractors or tools. So this is larger than a solo freelancer model. This is smaller and leaner than a traditional agency. So the solo agency is basically the best of both worlds. You get to land the big clients and get the big revenue without having to deal with the employees and the salaries and the overhead. So it is this perfect happy medium that's going to help you make more money and stress less. Now, you might be running something very similar to this, and if you are, you're going to love the next few minutes of this video because we're going to help you crank things up a few notches. And if you aren't running anything like this, I'm really excited to share this model with you because it's worked wonders for me, and it's easier to start than you might think. So now we're going to talk about the 6 different solo agency models, and then you're going to be able to choose which one best fits your situation. Now, it's critical that you choose the right model for you, and you want to choose the one that is going to highlight your skills and also eliminate all of your least favorite parts of running a business. So the first model is the most common, and that is the single person done for you service. So this is really just a glorified freelancer. You do all of the work, you do all of the sales, you basically do everything, and maybe you use a few tools. And this done for you service basically means that you do all the work and the clients do none of the work. So while this model can work, it's probably the least effective. The next option is a little better. It's the single person done with you option. So rather than you doing all of the work for the client, you act as a guide and help the client do the work. You might be surprised, but some clients prefer this and are even willing to pay more for this type of service, and it's way less work for you. So rather than being the practitioner and the actual person doing the work, you're just guiding them and showing them how to do the work. Number 3 is assisted fulfillment. This is another really common way to run your solo agency, and what this means is you hire part-time contractors or even tools to do all of the fulfillment, and then you just manage sales, communication, more of the high level stuff. Now, this is a great way to run your agency as long as you make sure that the quality stays top notch. The last thing you want to do is hire cheap contractors that do a crappy job, and then you have unsatisfied clients. But otherwise, this model works really, really well. Number 4 is much less common, and this is the assisted management model. So this is for those of you that really love actually doing the work. Maybe you're a web designer and you just love designing websites and you feel like you can do it better than anybody else. And you hate the management, you hate sales, you hate billing and invoicing, you hate all of that logistical stuff. And if that's the case, you can actually hire contractors and employ tools to do all of the management for you. So then you can just lock in and focus on doing what you do best. Now, hiring a part-time contractor to manage your business can be a little scary, so you need to make sure that you have the right people in the right places. The next model is the white label model, which means that you are the business front, you sell the services, but then you use a white label agency to do the work. We actually have a lot of people that use my SEO team as a white label service. And so they sell SEO to their clients, they help with the basics, they do the communication, they're the front for that business, but then they actually pay for backlinks, local citations, and other SEO consulting services. So we do the heavy lifting and they still make money. And the final solo agency model is the ghost model. This is where you act as the behind the scenes person. You're basically the white label service. And so you reach out to other agencies and individuals who are offering the services and you tell them, hey, you do all of the sales, you manage the clients, you do all of the communication, and just pass me the work, and I'll do the work and pass it back to you. This is a really great option. Again, if you just really like to do the work and you don't want to deal with any of the other fluff, these agencies will bring the clients to you so you don't have any other worries. So like I mentioned before, choosing the right model is not only critical to your success, but it will also determine your happiness and enjoyment when running your business. If you end up doing all the things that you hate, you're going to hate your job. So if you hate bookkeeping, find a tool to do it for you. If you hate managing projects, hire a part-time project manager. Do you hate communicating with clients? Find somebody to do it, or set rules and boundaries that limit communication. You can do that. Now, I want to reiterate that this is not a business model to do less and be lazy. On the contrary, it is to allow you to make a greater impact and have more resources to help more people while not giving up your social life altogether. So now I want to talk about a really critical part of running a solo agency, and this is quite possibly the biggest mistake that people make when trying to run this type of agency. This is called the responsibility filter, and without it, I can almost guarantee that your agency will flop. But before we get into this, I wanted to tell you just a little bit more about this new program that we just launched. The Solo Agency Blueprint is a very detailed guide that's really going to get into the nitty-gritty of running a business. So we're going to talk structure and strategy and offer and finances and getting clients and fulfillment and pretty much everything that goes into running a business. And so with this blueprint, you're going to have everything you need to answer all your questions, solve all your problems, and actually run your business the right way. Now, the course is under production right now, but when it launches, it's going to be $997. But if you'd like to pre-order the course, you can get it for just $329. Now, we're going to be closing our pre-orders soon because we can't sell it to everyone for that low. So if you're interested in getting on that list, you can click the link right up here in the corner, or you can click the link down in the description or in the comments. I really hope to see you inside. All right, so now let's talk about the responsibility filter. This is a safeguard for you and your time as the CEO. This is the boundary that will protect you and keep you focused on the things that will move your business forward. So this filter has 3 layers: boundaries, tools, and people. And so every time that a new task or responsibility comes to you and your business, the last thing you want to do is just take that on your own, because your calendar is going to fill up way too quickly. So instead, what you're going to do is take this responsibility through your filter. First, the boundaries part, you're going to say, can I eliminate this task or responsibility, or find ways to set boundaries or business rules or systems that will eliminate the need for this? More often than not, you're going to be able to find a way with boundaries to eliminate this task. If you can't eliminate this task, you take it to the second level of your filter, which is tools. You're going to ask yourself, is there any tools that can do this work for me? Now, there are endless no-code tools out there, and also with all of the improvements with AI, you'd be shocked at how much of your responsibility can be done by tools. But if they can't, you're going to take it to the last level of this filter, which is people. You're going to ask yourself, do I have any people that could do this, or do I know any people that could do this? And if you don't, it might be time to find people that can do this. If that doesn't work, and this is a task that simply cannot be done by boundaries, tools, or people, then and only then do you take that responsibility on yourself. Now, by running everything through this filter, you can ensure that you're only focused on the most high-level tasks that are actually going to generate revenue for your business. Because the overall goal is you as the CEO can focus on sales and marketing and branding and really getting your name out there and finding clients. If you're caught responding to emails and double checking web pages and content, you're not going to be able to focus on the higher level stuff. Now, to celebrate the pre-sale of our Solo Agency Blueprint, we have a lot more really useful content about solo agency. So if you're interested in this type of stuff, stay tuned. We've got more coming very soon. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.